discuss one of the theoretical and simplest topic of semiconductors and devices. Semiconductor and its devices. And what is that is PN junction diode. So if you consider the semiconductor, mainly we discuss about silicon and germanium. Like what is the conductivity, what is the resistivity. So we divide the materials into three types, like conductors and metals and semiconductors. So semiconductors are like which have the medium behavior between conductors and insulators. So whose conductivity is lesser than conductors, greater than insulators, but it is not sufficient to conduct electricity. Then we go for doping and we will form p-type, n-type semiconductors. So p-type you will get it by adding trivalent impurities to the intrinsic semiconductor, as well as n-type you will get by adding impurities. What kind of impurities? Pentavalent impurities to the intrinsic semiconductor. So that you will get p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, where p-type semiconductor means as you add trivalent like aluminum, it has tendency to accept one electron because it will replace silicon or germanium which has 4 covalent bonds. But the trivalent can form only 3 bonds, so that one bond becomes vacant, so that one electron space becomes like vacant, which we call it as hole. So that's why here we talk about electron current and hole current. And one more thing also I would like to specify, that there is nothing like hole will move from one place to other place. Suppose here one hole, here one electron. When electron take transition from here to here, then hole take transition in the opposite direction. That only we call it as electron current and hole current. Similarly, when you consider n-type semiconductor means you will add pentavalent. So when you add pentavalent, then you will have 4 electrons in 4 covalent bonds and one electron becomes free. So that will be given to the material. So that acts like a free charge carrier. That's why in a semiconductor there are free electrons and hole charges which constitute current. And mainly first type of question they will ask you, what is the conductivity of a semiconductor. The formula is like U E into mu E Ne plus mu H NH, where E is the charge of electron or hole, both are same. Mu is mobility of electrons and mobility of holes. Ne NH are electron or hole density, means number of charged particles per unit volume. So if you have these values, then you can calculate the conductivity of the semiconductor. Like take this question. In a germanium semiconductor, they have given mu E, mu H, and they have given Ne, NH. Then they are asking sigma. So what is the formula for sigma? Already we have taken. They have given all the values, and you know what is E. That is nothing but what? Charge of electron. So if you substitute, then you will get the answer. So the rest everything is like what? Calculation. So I am keep on telling from the beginning that calculation, mathematics plays key role. Same way, like this, whatever question comes based on any topic, so formula based, always calculation becomes little bit tough most of the times. So that you have to take care of calculation like fast and perfect. So that is how the first kind of question will come. The other kind of question mainly asked based on the forward bias and reverse bias. So if you consider a junction diode, p-type, n-type. So if you connect it to a battery such that if p-type is connected to positive terminal of the battery, then it is called forward bias. This is forward bias mode. And this is called reverse bias mode. So here what happens? In forward bias mode, as you connected p-type to positive terminal, inside the p-type there are more number of holes which will get repulsion. Similarly, n-type means more number of electrons. Majority charge carriers in this case, like here holes and here electrons, they get repulsed and they will cross the junction barrier and they will constitute the current. That is called diffusion current. What current it is? Diffusion current. So such kind of combination we call it as forward bias current. And if you connect in reverse mode, here majority charge carriers are like here holes, here electrons, and also there are some minority charge carriers like here electrons, here holes. So that here you connected in reverse polarity, so minority charge carriers of electrons in p-type, they get repulsion from negative terminal, and minority charge carriers of holes in n-type, they get repulsion from positive. So they are now crossing the barrier. So here the majority charge carriers will move away from the junction because the negative terminal will attract holes and the positive terminal will attract electrons. So here drift current, here diffusion current. Here majority charge carriers are diffusing, here majority charge carriers are moving away. That's why we call it as drift current. So this way you will connect it. But here if you consider, here the current is due to majority charge carriers. So current is due to majority charge carriers means the current is very high compared to the current in reverse mode, because here the charge carriers which are crossing the junction are minority, number is very less. So number is very less, charge is very less, so current is very less. So in this case the current value is very low. So that's why almost we will take it like negligible, zero current. So the conclusion is the diode will work only in forward mode. It will not work in reverse mode. So only Zener diode will work in reverse bias. So if you consider that forward and reverse bias, how the questions will come? There are two questions if you consider. See this first question. So there is a diode connected through one load resistor. Now a pulse passing through it. But here this is -1, this is +1. So when this whole pulse passes through it, for positive pulse it is in forward bias. For -1 it is in reverse mode. So this negative pulse will not pass through it because the diode will not conduct. Only for positive pulse it will conduct, so that the output will become only this much, 0.5 volt. So this lower part will not pass through the load resistor as diode will not conduct. So depending on the conduction of diode, the questions can be solved. Like one more question you take, you will understand in a better way. See here two diodes, they connected across one battery in parallel, and there are two resistors in series. If you consider here, the current will go from here I, and let's take here it is dividing like I1 and I2. So if you take here current is going in this way, generally this PN junction diode we represent like this. This is P side, this is N side. So for this one current is going from P to N. So current is going from P to N means it is forward bias. And here the current is going from N to P, that is reverse bias. So that here this is N side, this is P side. Now the current is going from N to P, here P to N. So this is forward bias, this is reverse bias. But in reverse bias, here current through diode is almost negligible, so that this diode will not conduct. Then you can remove that from the circuit. When this diode will not conduct, there is no current in this resistor. So what happens? Only this will remain. So that if you redraw the circuit, this is 10 ohm, this is one diode, and this is one battery. Now suppose some current I is flowing through it, then current equal to voltage by resistance 10. Because here they did not mention any resistance for the diode. If they mention, you have to add it. so that 1 by 2 ampere. This is the total current dragging from battery. So this is how the questions will come based on diodes, junction diode, like based on their conductivity, based on their connectivity, like how to connect them and how the current will conduct. So here I just try to explain you what kind of questions will come, and I have given 2-3 examples based on that. So hope you understood the way of asking the questions based on junction diode. So try to solve this kind of questions which are important in semiconductor devices based on junction diode. Thank you.